all you have to do is you have to name using the degree part, and you have to how many terms it is. Okay. I also want you to write it in standard form if it's not in standard form. What order is standard form? Alphabetical with the biggest exponents first, right? So let's go ahead and look at these questions we have here. So we're going to start with question 2 of our review. Okay, so question 2, what is the biggest exponent in question 2? X squared. So what type of polynomial is that? Constant, linear, monomial, constant, linear, quadratic, cubic, quartic. Exponent of 2 makes it quadratic. Okay, now we use how many terms it is. How many terms is that? 1. Okay, if it's 1 term, it is a monomial. And that is already in standard form because it's only 1 term. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at question 4. Is question 4 in standard form? No. What term needs to go first to put that in standard form? 4b cubed. Okay. What term needs to go after that?
7b squared.
Then what term goes last? -1. Now, we look at which term has the biggest exponent. Which term is the biggest exponent?
4b cubed.
Okay. So if it is cubed, that means it is cubic. And it's how many terms?
3.
So that makes it a
Trinomial.
all right. Number 6. It is just the number 9. So it is constant. It's a constant what?
Monomial.
Constant monomial. Okay. Just real fast. We're going to look at the other ones. Just super quick. What's the biggest exponent in number 1?
3.
3. So that makes it cubic. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So it's a cubic polynomial. Okay. For number 3, what's the biggest exponent? 4. So that makes it quartic. And it's how many terms? It is a binomial because it's 2 terms. Okay. Number 5. What's the biggest exponent in number 5?
Squared.
So that makes it,
Quadratic.
and how many terms is it?
3.
So that makes it,
Trinomial.
so it is a quadratic trinomial. Okay. And then you would put those in standard form as well. Okay. So now, that is the first section. We're going to go ahead and look at the second section. It is simplifying each expression. All this wants us to do is either add or subtract based off the question and combine like terms. Add or subtract, then combine like terms. So we're going to do questions 8 and 10. Am I adding or subtracting in question 8? Adding. It has a plus sign in the middle. There is a plus sign between the 2 parentheses. You add. Okay. When we add, does it change anything in that first polynomial? So we'll just bring that down. So we get 2x to the 4th minus 2x minus 3x cubed. Now, when we add, do our signs change? No. Because a positive and a positive is a positive. A positive and a positive is a positive. But a positive and a negative is a negative. Now, to write our answer, we do standard form, right? So, which term with what exponent needs to go first? What exponent needs to go first? X to the 4th. What terms do we have that have, what like terms do we have with x to the 4th?
2x, 5x.
If I combine those, what do we get? 7x to the 4th. All right, now, what term's going to go next? That's our cubed terms. So, if we combine those, what do we get? All right, which terms are going to go next? Okay, so we have negative 2x and 4x. What does that give us if we combine them? Plus 2x. So that is how we do question number 8. That is our answer. That's all we got to write. These are not factoring questions, okay? These are us just writing it as simplest form. Okay, now we're going to look at question number 10. What type of question is number 10? It is subtraction because there is a minus sign in there. Okay, when we subtract, does it change anything in the first polynomial?
Yeah.
So we just bring it down. 5m to the 4th plus 6m to the 3rd plus 3m. But when we subtract, signs do change, right? So a negative and a positive makes a, so we get negative 3m to the 4th. A negative and a positive is going to make that negative 5m. But a negative and a negative make a positive 2m to the 3rd. And then we do the same thing to put it in standard form. What do we need to write first to put this in standard form?
The highest.
To the 4th. So we have 5m to the 4th, negative 3m to the 4th. If I combine those, what do we get? 2m to the 4th. All right, now, what terms are going to go next in standard form? Cubes. So does 6m cubed have any like terms? What? And if you combine those, what do you get? All right, then what's going to go last? So what is, 3m minus 5m is negative 2m. So that is our questions 8 and 9, okay? So for question 7, when you do that, are you going to add or subtract? For question 9, when you do that one, are you going to add or subtract? Add, okay? So for adding and subtracting, figure out what is happening between them. Are they adding or are they subtracting? Now, if there is no signs between them, what do? Multiply. And if it says find each product, all that means you are doing is you are multiplying. Okay, we're going to do question 12. So what do I need to start by doing for question 12? Distribute what? So what is 6a times 4a? 24a squared. What do I need to do after that? What is 6a times 6? So that's our answer. All we are doing is just distributing and writing in standard form. Okay, number 14. What do we need to do now? This is 2 binomials, so what do I need to start with?
Distribute the 6a.
2?
A.
What is 6a times a?
6a squared.
Okay, after that, what do we need to do?
Distribute it to the negative 3.
So what is 6a times negative 3?
Negative 18a.
Okay, after that, what do we do?
Distribute the negative 1.
2?
A.
What is negative 1 times a?
Negative 1a.
And then we do negative 1 times negative 3 to get...
Positive 3.
Now, is that my final answer?
No.
What do I need to do?
Combine terms.
What are my like terms I need to combine?
Negative 18a and negative a.
So to write my final answer, we should have what?
Negative, 6a squared minus 19 plus 3.
19a
19a.
plus 3. There we go. Okay, now we're going to look at question 16. So we're multiplying a binomial and a trinomial here. What do I need to start with doing? What is 6x times 2x squared? 12x cubed. What is 6x times 7x? 42x squared. 6x times negative 4.
Negative 24x.
Okay, now what should I distribute next?
And negative 6.
What is negative 6 times 2x squared? Negative 12x.
Squared.
Negative 6x times positive 7x. Or negative 6 times positive 7x.
Negative 42x.
Negative 6 times negative 4.
Yeah, plus 24.
All right, so to write our answer for this one, what term needs to go first?
12x cubed.
Then what terms go next?
The x squared. You
So-
have to combine
So we have 42x squared minus 12x squared. What does that give us?
30 squared.
All right, what terms go next?
The x times negative 24x and 42x.
Which, if we combine that, what do we get?
66x.
And then does 24 have any like terms? So what do we do with it?
Drop it down.
So that is our answer. Then question 18 is back to us distributing two binomials. So what do I need to multiply first in question 18? So we have n times n, which is,
N squared.
then we need to do n times to get. After that, what do we do? Which is then 8 times negative 8 is.
Negative 6.
Now, what will our final answer be? N squared minus 64. Okay, because those two things cancel out. Negative 8n plus positive 8n cancels out. Now, this, if we were factoring this, right, what is that? It's a difference of squares. All right, number 20. When we are squaring something, what are we doing? You are actually multiplying it by what? So that is the same thing as saying 4a minus 6 times 4a minus 6. So what do I need to do from there?
Distribute the 4a.
4a times 4a is?
A squared.
4a times negative 6 is going to be? Negative 6 times 4a is? Negative 6 times negative 6 is?
30 positive 36.
And then to write our final answer, what would it be?
16a squared plus 10.
Hmm?
Wait, like, don't those, oh wait, never mind. I'm sorry. I thought they canceled out.
They don't cancel out because that is not a difference of squares, yeah? That is actually something called a perfect square trinomial, which means that it is the same thing squared. All right. Question 22 starts our next section. We are factoring each section completely. Okay? Remember, when we start factoring, we always first check for a greatest common factor. Okay? Once we check for a greatest common factor, our next steps are determined by how many terms are in the problem. Okay? So if it is 2 terms, we check for a GCF, check for a difference of squares. If it's 3 terms, we look at the trinomial. A is 1, we can use a shortcut. A is greater than 1, can we use a shortcut? No, we have to factor by grouping. 4 terms, we always factor by grouping. Okay, remember that is on your graphic organizer we did on Friday. That graphic organizer you can use on your test. So if you have not done that, you need to make sure you get that so that you can do that for your test. Okay. I also suggest you keeping up with that because I will let you use it throughout Unit 9 as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at question 22. How many terms is question 22? 4. So we're automatically knowing we're going to look at factoring by grouping. Okay, does 25, 15, 15, and 9 have a greatest common factor? No. So we're just going to jump straight to grouping. So when we group, we're going to group the first 2 terms, and we're going to group the last 2 terms. So when we group the first 2 terms, what is 25x cubed minus 15x squared's greatest common factor? Not just 5, but 5. Which will leave us with what? What is 25x cubed divided by 5x squared? What is negative 15x squared divided by 5x squared? For our second half, what is our greatest common factor between 15x and negative 9? 3. What is 15x divided by 3? What is negative 9 divided by 3? What part is the same? What part's left over? And is there anything else I can do there? Nope. Okay, so we are done. That is our final answer for what is the factored form of this. For all factored questions, the directions will be factor each term completely. Okay. Question 24. How many terms is that? 4. Is there a greatest common factor between 5, 15, 7, and 21? No. Okay, so we're going to group the first two. And we will group the last two. So let's go ahead and start with grouping the first two. What is the greatest common factor between 5p cubed minus 15p squared? 5p squared, which leaves us with what? Okay, then what is negative 15p squared divided by 5p squared? So we get p minus 3. We could also put a 1 right there in front if you need to. It is up to you on that. Now we're going to group the second half of this. What is the greatest common factor of negative 7p plus 21? Negative 7. If it starts with a negative, we need to factor out a negative. What is negative 7p divided by negative 7? What is 21 divided by negative 7? What part is the same? What part's left over? And is that factored completely? Yeah, because even though this has a p squared in it, is that a difference of squares? No, so we're good. We're done. All right, question 26. Does that have a greatest common factor? It is 4x. What will that leave us with? And is there anything else I can do with that binomial, or am I done? Is it a difference of squares? No. To be a difference of squares, what two things do we have to have? A, it has to be subtraction, right? And B, both of these terms have to be perfect squares. So we don't have perfect squares or subtraction, so it wouldn't be difference of squares. Good thinking, though. Difference of squares like to hide within other problems. Okay, number 28. How many terms we got? So what is our greatest common factor here, if it has one? 5v. If we take out 5v, what does that leave us with? And is there anything else I can do there? Nope. Okay, for question 30. Does question 30 have a greatest common factor? Is it how many terms is it though? 2. So is that a difference of squares? Yes. Okay. What squares to give you x squared? What squares to give you 9y squared? And what signs do you need for a difference of squares? Doesn't matter the order of those signs. It can be plus minus, or it can be minus plus. It's the time change. Missing the review, it's okay. It's on them. All right, for question 32. Does question 32 have a greatest common factor? No. But it is 2 terms, so we need to check it for a. Is it a difference of squares? What squares to give us 25a squared?
5a.
What squares to give us 4b squared?
2b.
What signs do we need? There we go. Well, it's because the other day, every time that he said one, I did the other. And so he's not letting me do that today. All right, for number 34. How many terms is that? 3. Does k squared minus k minus 72 have a greatest common factor? No. Okay, so it is a trinomial. So we have to find our a, b, and c. What is our a? 1. What is b? What is c? Okay, so let's go ahead and figure out what multiplies to give us a times c. What is a times c here? And we have to figure out what adds to give us b. What is our b term? Okay, so we have to figure out what multiplies to give us 70. If you are not sure, okay, remember, just find all your factors and figure out which one works. So we have 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24, 4 and 18. Double check that one. Is it 4 and 18 or 4 and 16? I think it's 4 and 18. Does 5 go into 72?
No.
6 goes into it 12 times, and then 7 doesn't go in. 8 goes in how many times, though? 9. So which one of those? 8 and 9. What combination of 8 and 9 do we need? To multiply to get negative 72, but add to get negative 1. Positive 8. Which number is negative? Yes. Okay, because it has to add up to give us negative 1. So if we did positive 9, negative 8, that gives us 1. So we have to do that. But the order of those two doesn't matter. I could do negative 9, positive 8. That part doesn't matter. It's just, we can do the shortcut. Why can I do the shortcut here? Because a is 1. When a is 1, you can do the shortcut, which means we just do k plus 8 times k minus 9. And that is our answer. All right, for number 36. Does 36 have a greatest common factor?
Yes.
4. Okay, 4n. Okay, so if we take out 4n, because all 3 of those terms have an n and a 4, okay, what does that leave us with?
N squared. And you got 5n.
Plus 5n. So now, inside of there, we have a trinomial. Okay? So we have to factor that. What is our A? What is our B? What is our C? So that is what we use to factor. We have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C. What is A times C? And we have to figure out what adds to give us our B. What is our B? Okay, what multiplies to give you negative 24 but adds to give you 5? List them out if you need to. 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8.
Boom.
All right, so what combination of 3 and 8 do we need to use?
Plus 8.
Negative 3, positive 8.
And we can also take.
Can we use the shortcut?
Yeah, because that's 1.
Because A is 1, so we can use our shortcut. So we have n minus 3, n plus 8. Is that my final answer?
No, we gotta drop down that 4.
We got to put the GCF back in front.
Can't forget.
Every time y'all make that sound, it reminds me of the TikTok thing. You know what I'm thinking about?
Oh, the
Yeah, every time y'all say that sound, that's what I hear. All right. So that is our question for 36. Okay, now we're going to look at 38. So for question 38, does that have a greatest common factor?
Hold up.
It is 6. So, if we take out a greatest common factor of 6, what does that leave us with?
5m squared.
Okay, from there, how many terms is this right here?
3, that's a trinomial.
That is a trinomial. So we have to find our ABC. What is our A?
5.
That automatically tells me we can't use the...
Shortcut.
What is our B?
7.
What is our C?
2.
So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C. What is A times C? And what adds to give us our B? What is our B?
7.
What multiplies to give us 10 but adds to give us 7?
2 and 5.
You can do 2 and 5, or you can do 5 and 2. Order right there does not matter. The only thing it will change is what your greatest common factors are and the order your final answer is written in. Okay, so from here, okay, can I use the shortcut?
No.
No, because our A is 5, so we can't use the shortcut. So we have to rewrite the whole thing, right? We changed the middle term to our 2 new factors. So we're going to do 5m squared plus 2m plus 7m plus 2. Or not 7m. What did I mess up on? That should be 5m. You have to use these factors to rewrite 7. Now, our grouping. We group the first 2. What is the greatest common factor of 5m squared plus 2m? If we take out an m, what does that leave us with? 5m plus 2. Okay? Now, the second half of this. What is the GCF of 5m and 2?
1.
There's nothing, so it's just 1. So, what is 5m divided by 1? What is 2 divided by 1?
2.
Now, what part is the same?
5m plus 2.
What part is left over?
M plus 1.
And is that my final answer?
No.
What do we need to put in front?
Drop that 6. Drop that 6.
There we go. All right. We just have just a couple more of these. Okay, question 40. 5 is the greatest common factor there. So if we take out a 5, what does that leave us with?
Yeah, b squared. Or you wait, 3b squared, 3b squared.
Plus
17.
Minus 280 divided by 5. So now, we have a trinomial in there. What is our A?
3.
What is our B? And what is our C?
Negative.
So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C. So 3 times negative 56 is... Then we have to figure out what adds to give us 17. If you don't know, just take your calculator and go through the list. All right? So let's do that real fast. 168 and 1. Does that work? No. When I'm doing this with bigger numbers, as soon as I know it doesn't work, I automatically just, half the time I won't even write it down if I realize it won't work. Okay. 168 divided by 2. That's 2 and 84. Does that work? Okay, 168 divided by 3. That's 3 and 56. Does that work? Okay, 168 divided by 4. That's 4 and 42. Does that work?
Nah, I know what it is.
Does 168 divided by 5? No. 168 divided by 6 is 6 and 28. Is that right? We are getting closer. 168 divided by 7.
Oh, that's 24. That's it.
That is it.
Oh.
What combination do we need to use of those?
24 minus 7.
24 and minus 7. Now, can I use the shortcut for this problem?
No,
No,
because it's not 1.
because it's not 1. So we do 3v squared plus 24v minus 7v minus 56. And then we group. So let's group the first two together. What is their greatest common factor?
3b squared. I mean 3b.
3v. Which leaves us with plus
8.
Okay, for the second half of this, what is the greatest common factor for the second half? It starts with a negative, so it's going to have to be negative what?
7.
Which leaves us with v
8.
plus 8. Okay, now, what part's the same?
B plus 8.
What part's left over?
3b minus 7.
And is that my final answer?
No. We got that 5.
There we go.
Got to down that 5.
If you take out a GCF, that GCF better be in your final answer. Okay? Better be.
Or else.
Or else. I will actually get angry about halfway through grading y'all's test. If y'all forget y'all's GCFs, I'll start getting real frustrated. That's when I go, ugh, and throw the papers and go, ugh, I need a break. Oh, I was grading y'all's work yesterday, and the puppy was trying to eat y'all's work. So there is a few problems that have teeth marks in them.
She's marking.
She's trying, yeah.
Are you stretching?
Yes. When Syl was a puppy, she did eat a class's homework. I just threw that whole assignment out and everybody got 100. Because I couldn't tell whose was whose because she shredded them. You know, maybe. I'm not doing that test. The test would just not go in the computer. That would just not happen. But, yeah. Okay. 42 and 44 are big numbers. That's okay. We're still going to do them. Okay, for 42, does that have a greatest common factor?
Oh, no. Wait.
It might be 9.
Wait, hold on, wait. No.
It's not 9.
There's
It doesn't have one. Okay, so we just have a trinomial. What is our A?
9.
What is our B? What is our C? So to figure this out, we have to do what multiplies to give us A times C, which I think is negative 18. And what adds to give us our B, which is negative 71. Okay. Now, your test will not have any numbers that big. Okay? They will not be that big. Just because for the time of finding your factors. Okay? If you list these all out, your factors for this one end up being negative 81, positive 10. Which, can I use the shortcut? No. So we're going to do 9v squared minus 81v plus 10v minus 90. And then we group. So when we group the first two, what is their greatest common factor?
9v.
Which leaves us with v minus 9. For the second half of this, what is their greatest common factor?
10.
Which would leave us with v minus 9. What part is the same?
V minus 10.
What part's left over?
9v plus 10.
And is that our final answer?
Yep.
There it is.
Ready? We're done. I didn't do a GCF, so we can.
Yep, we're done because there's not a GCF.
Certified. Done.
All right. Then, does 44 have a greatest common factor?
Yep.
What?
I'm going to throw in, I'm going 5.
I think it is 5. So if we take out 5, what does that leave us with?
10.
Plus
27. And 27.
okay, minus.
81.
So we have a trinomial in here. What is our A?
10.
What is our B?
27.
What is our C?
Negative 81.
So we have to figure out what multiplies to give us A times C, which is going to be negative 810 again. How I managed that, I'm not sure. Equals 27. Okay, so from here, again, big numbers. I'm pretty sure 24 is one of them. 810 divided by 24. No, I lied. 810 divided by 17. 17 is 16? Oh, that's because I put in the wrong number. Let me try that again.
Is that it? Yeah.
What is it?
18.
18. Oh, I was all around it. 18 and what?
45.
So it is going to be 18 and 45. Which combination of 18 and 45?
45 minus 18.
Can I use the shortcut?
Nah.
Okay, so we have 10n squared minus 18n plus 45n minus 81. So we group the first two. What is their greatest common factor?
I would say
Maybe two.
2n, which leaves us with 5n minus
nine.
9. Okay, for the second half, what is their GCF?
8. Wait, no. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
I forget. I think it's 9.
It is 9, which leaves us with 5n minus 9. What part is the same? What part's left over?
2
2 and plus 9. But wait, one more thing. Drop that 5.
Average.
Okay, so I want to go ahead and say one last thing, okay? Theoretically, perhaps, if I was going to include a bonus, okay?
Yep.
You have 2 bonuses, hypothetically speaking here. Earlier in this unit, I told you what one of them would probably be, right? A trinomial times a trinomial, hypothetically. The second one will probably be one like that, possibly.
Big scary number.
Big, maybe not a big scary number, but similar vibes.
Okay. You know the vibes.
Yeah. Okay. So, any questions about our test? Okay. You can use your yellow graphic organizer. Okay. Tomorrow, I want you to go through the odds. I'll have the answer key posted so you can check them. Okay.
We gonna carry that collection.
Okay. Hey guys, I expect the 80
I will-
average.
I'm okay if you put other stuff on your yellow sheet.
We gonna see.
I'm okay with that. Just because I already had some people already do that before I said not to, so it's fine.
Hey class, I expect the 80 average.
We getting these.
So we can get cookies.
I really hope y'all get